Okay, we are on the first fat line, the nine that's on the base. From now till the next Mishnah, we have a lot of cases that are externally similar, but are not internally similar. In other words, the physical circumstances are similar. The fact is that we said in the Mishnah, oh, Shadasa Garia, we said if the animal that was rented was commandeered by the government, okay, Omerlo, so you can say to him, you can say to him, listen, tough luck, this thing still works, you'll get it, you'll be delayed, but you'll get it, and therefore I fulfilled my contract. And so the owner does not have to do something. Amarav, so Rav said, Loshana, Magaris, Lazeres. That's only by a case where they are going to give back the animal, okay? Avo, Angaria, Shena Lazeres. But in the case where they don't give it back unless you follow it, in other words, if you don't tag along, they will not never give it back. If you tag along, they'll give it back to you when they find another animal. If you don't tag along, they won't. In the case where they won't give it back to you if you don't go, then the owner is obligated to replace. He has to give another ox, and he can't. And the renter is not obligated to tag along with the government. Shmuel Amar Shmuel said no, because Ben Agaria Chazeres, Ben Agaria Sheni Chazeres. Whether they give it back automatically or they don't give it back automatically, okay, it makes no difference. Here's the difference. He says in either case, here's all that matters. Even the Khalifa, if they're taking it while and they're going in the direction that he was on the direction that he was going to, that's where they're taking it. Okay, that was taken. And then he says, the Melech Pasha covered up. He says clearly, he says this was your problem. Okay, and therefore what he says you have the animal, go follow them. You have to do it. He says no, there's no question. You have to go right after them until they get another donkey. And over there, if they lose, but what? If it's not along, they're going the other way that he was going. Taya, blah blah blah. So then the owner has to focus. According to Rav, the renter is never obligated to follow after the government. According to Shmuel, it depends. If they're going his way, he has to follow and get it not too bad. If not, no. So the Gemara says, Mesa, so in Yeshiva, they ask this conscience. They learned in a Bryce, surface of some other Greek guy, a donkey, and it became slowed down, either because it's eyesight or because it's speed, or it became crazy, okay, and you can't, it's no good, you can't ride on it. You can still put packs on it, but you can't ride on it anymore because it'll fall off, or the guy will throw the guy off. Omerlo, so then the owner says to the renter, I shall hold it up, it doesn't matter. It's still yours. Mesa, Shanasan Gaya, but if it dies, okay, or if it's taken, if it's impressed into the commandeered by the government, I have Lamido the Hamar. He has to give it back another donkey. So 1 second, you told me a minute ago that you're taken by the government that you don't have to. Now you told me what? And then the Bryce said what? That he does have to give it back. What's doing? So now Bishno Rav Lakasha. According to Rav, it's not a problem. Like since Rav differentiated, he said it depends. He said he said it depends. If they don't give it, if they're going, so he said, when is it that he doesn't have to do anything when they're going to give it back? They're not going to give it back automatically unless he tags along. He has to give another. So Rob made a difference between whether they're going to give it back automatically or not. So you can make a difference in the Mishnah Maisa. Mishnah Rav Kasha. For Rob, it's not a difficulty. Khan Bangaria comes in. That's okay. When we said that if they take it, he has to give another one back in the um, uh, um, he has to give another one, Bangaya Chazer. Okay, no, when we said in the Mishnah, he doesn't have to give it back if the government takes it. That's because it's where the government automatically gives it back. Okay, but over here with the what? He doesn't have he doesn't have to give it back. Bangaya Shena Chazer. So talking where what? Well, the government's not going to give it back automatically. Shmuel, but since Shmuel says what? Whether they give it back automatically or not, how do we explain the difference? The answer is the Shmuel not Milakas. So the three time of the push on the Kash for 2 and 8, no, but Shmuel's not a problem. Khan should be definitely fascinated, right? But Shmuel also had a day. They have some kind of division. Said, listen, when did we say what if the king's men took it, that he doesn't have to give much of a definitely fascinated? It was taken along the way, and therefore he can tag along and he can get it back. Khan over here where it said that he does have to give more. Although definitely is where it was taken in a different direction than the renter was going. So he's not to tag him on. This is not get out of here. I can't say that. I'm kind of safer. Since we learned in the Sefer, we should have the Lazar Rishon also said that. He said if they take it along the way that he's going, Omerlo, I shall come back. So the owner says, looking tough luck, so you got what you got. Go follow till you get yours back. You can lob it. If not, it's on the other way. Fire. He has to give him a different. So Mechlal, so therefore the Tanakh was shyly. So you can't make a difference. It must be the first time. It makes no difference whether it's on the way or not on the way. So how's Shmuel going to answer? Okay, is Shmuel going to answer the Tanakh? I'm a late Shmuel. The Shmuel says, "What do you want from me?" He says, "Lav meika, the Shimon Elazar, the Kaikav." I said, "What do you mean?" But you see how Rishon Elazar like me. I don't have to make the whole brisa like me. Rishon Elazar says exactly what he says. Ana da Amri for Rishon Elazar. I'm the one who says like Rishon Elazar. It's not a problem. Yeah.
Does that make a person who rents a shomer satan?
He is a shomer. He is.
Doesn't he have certain responsibilities?
He's a sofer, not a shomer sofer. He's a sofer. Yeah, for sure, but not this. This is not. The other guy's not. The other guy's not fulfilling his contract. This is not a problem in shomrim. This is a problem in fulfilling of the contract. You told me you're going to give me a donkey, and that got ripped off. I didn't get my donkey. So who's responsible? Here's the problem. This is beyond my control, and you didn't provide what you promised. Well, that's the argument. The owner. Ibay Sema, so that's one answer. One answer is, well, he said, okay, so what I said is, Ibay Sema. I can say, what? Kulim Shulazi. No, not this, just that Shmuel is just following Montana. The truth is, the whole brisa is like Shmuel. And what? And the whole brisa is really Rav Shmuel Elazar. And it's missing a piece. I told you, according to the Gemara and the Darim, at times the Tanaim did not want the Mishnayos to be the domain of regular people. They wanted the Mishnayos to be only for the Talmid Chacham. So they wrote that they would leave pieces out or reverse pieces. Yeah, they would do it purposely to keep it out of reach of the common person. Only a person who was really in the inner circle should have the otherwise, because they're afraid with people with a little bit of knowledge will do a great deal of damage. So you have things that it's hidden. People in the know, they know. This is what it says. Here's other verse. If a guy rented a donkey and it became slow for the reasons we said, or it got crazy. So the owner can say, you got what you got. It still works. It's not the greatest donkey, but it's still a donkey. It works, so you got a donkey. Meso Shanasis and Gaia, but if it died or was impressed into government service, then the owner has to give him one. But what is that true that the owner has to give another one? When the government took it, not going in a different direction, and the renter needs to go. But if the government impressed it to take it into service along the same traveling pathway that the renter has to go, he can say to him, you have it. The guy's obligated to follow it and get his donkey back. So because Rav Shimon Elazar is saying,
the government allows him to let the packages stay on the donkey.
Okay, that I don't know, but the main point is that
otherwise he's not getting his packages
but the main point is that he can get his donkey back and do his job. That's the real point. It's going in the right way. He's going to pick up his son. So the said, and so the whole price is really Shimon Elazar. And if it's along the way, you can say to him, you got. You know, he says, if not, so I can say the whole thing. How do you tell me the whole price of Shimon Elazar? The part that I didn't quote you from the price, and it's clear that it can't be Shimon Elazar. Didn't learn in the beginning. The guy rented the donkey, and it slowed down because of the eyesight or because of worms in the feet. So it got crazy, and it's useful as it was before. You can still do packaging, but you can't ride it anymore. Okay, he can say, you got it. It still works. Not the best donkey, but you still got a donkey. I'm not obligated. Shimon Elazar said, the guy rented a donkey to ride on it, and it slowed down, and when it was Mustachis, it went crazy. I'm open. He doesn't have to give one. So you see, Shimon Elazar disagree with the Tanakh. So you can't say full Mishnah. Pay attention to the word. Shimon Elazar didn't say, the Tanakh said, any normal donkey took a donkey for packages. Here, what Shimon Elazar was the Kodesh Shani. He said, Shimon Elazar said, when you took it to ride on it, that was the point. Okay, if the guy took a stun donkey, okay, but when you took the donkey specifically for the purposes of riding it, okay, so then when the donkey is too slow, okay, he can't walk properly, or it's crazy, so the guy can't ride it. Okay, maybe the bridge, dump him into a hole, Okay, and therefore what? So therefore, there's no contradiction between the ratio and the Sefer. He is much more stringent when he has much more rights when he got it to ride on it, as opposed to when he got it to take tackle. Amar Papa, Papa said, by the way, when a person takes a thing to carry a glass utensil, okay, to cover those on. He said also he has more rights. The renter has more rights, but just like a rider needs it, right? The rider needs a better donkey to ride him. Also, the rider needs a better donkey for glass, which is easily. I'm Rabbi Yehuda Rabbi. If a guy rented a donkey to ride, the Mesa will affect it. Now the donkey died halfway. He took it to ride from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv, and in the middle, the donkey died. No sin lo svaro she'echatzideh. So the renter has to pay half of the price. He only got half the job, half of the donkey. He pays for half of it. The ain't lo alav el. And besides that, he's nothing but a complaint. He's stuck. You're right. Okay, even though the guy gave him a donkey, they couldn't get all the way to Tel Aviv. He could complain. Yeah, but he can't get more than. Yeah, right, exactly. Electric donkey. Yeah, electric donkey. Okay, it's like he doesn't come now. You only complain. So what's the matter? What do you mean you tell me? Make a million. This makes no sense. Actually, let me what's the thing? You just feel like Bure. If the renter has other donkeys that he can rent from halfway to get to Tel Aviv, Roma Slavin say, what's he complaining about? It's funny, take it. No foul, no loss. Nobody got hurt. Okay, no harm, no foul. Yeah, no horseshoe. Okay, even if he's still quite good, and if he can't rent another one, I'll go by the basin. Then 1 second. Then you better basically is he gonna have to pay? How's he gonna have to pay? He rented to go to Jerusalem. He didn't get to Jerusalem. So getting halfway there is not getting there. He's not halfway to Tel Aviv is not Tel Aviv. What does he have to pay him for? What's going on? What's going on over here? Okay, so now, yeah, yeah. Lo and Boshrich Lagus. He says, no, don't worry, I can answer. It's where he got there and he can't get a donkey in the middle. He shouldn't be early. Nevertheless, since the owner can say to him, "If I used to make it, how much have you wanted to come to here? Okay, like I would like to make it. You had to pay to get this far." And then so, no, you're right. You're going to have to pay more. You have to pay more to get there, but you still have to get this far, and therefore you have to pay half of it. Yeah, it's not that you can't get there all the way. When we said we can't, when we were saying that we can't rent, it's not that you can't rent it. You can't rent the price that we were renting before. So at least if you guys the baby, so he has everything. What does I say? So what do you call it? He says either Amarle Amastar. If the original deal was the guy said, I'm giving you a dollar. He didn't say this dollar. I Rami or Tamar Acher. So he said, he told me give me a donkey. He said this donkey's ours. He give me a different donkey. He told him I'll give you a donkey. He didn't say this donkey. He said this donkey's gone. He said give me a different donkey. Either Amarle Tamar Zed. If he said this donkey, in the interest of Me'alikaf, then you should take this donkey and take the corpse. And if the corpse can sell enough, the corpse is enough to go and to buy another donkey, okay, he should buy it, and the guy will give it back to him when he's done. He must have looked to you. I'll tell you what happened. Because there's not enough money in the dead, even if it's this donkey, the dead donkey will not buy a new donkey. I said, so what? Give me no matter this car, so what? But maybe there's enough money with the dead donkey to rent the donkey. This car, you're going to rent the donkey. So the answer is Robert time. Here, this is very interesting principle. But we say when a person has a lien on something, he doesn't get rights to the degree of destroying the principle. The principle's going to disappear. We're going to see explain that now. Robert time. Because what's going to happen? I just want to explain it another second. If I take the dead animal and buy a new animal, the owner's going to get back now.
Because at the end,
Yeah, maybe not. It's good, but his principle's not destroyed. But if he rents an animal, then his money's expended on that, and the principle disappeared. And so, that's why people want to buy things instead of renting them. So Rob was timing it. So Rob holds what? Amar Lo Machayah Taila. He says the renter is not allowed to destroy, the principle. So he can't go out and say, listen, I'm taking the corpse and I'm going to go rent it because what? Because the owner's principle is gone. He never had a right to get it that far.
But if he took the dead donkey, he can at least recover dog food value.
No, but that's not the point. Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, the point is he sells
something.
principal. Yeah, he has principal, right? Yeah. Now, it's the ease markets we learn. This is a famous powerful test. You have a right to use up the principal. The ease market myself as a power they sold it there. The guy rented a donkey and it died halfway. I'm around, Rob said, "Me should them the hell you got. If there's enough money in the dead donkey to buy a new donkey, you got." So then the renter can buy a new donkey, and because by the end, can give back the donkey, okay, to the owner. Lease cover, if there's only enough money to rent a new donkey, I'll lease cover, then the renter can't rent. Okay, why? Because then he's not going to give back any principal to the owner. Shmuel Amar, he says, Shmuel says, no, half this car is car. Even if there's only enough money in the dead donkey to rent the donkey, the renter can still rent the donkey and go all the way to power. Mike, what's the argument? Rob saw that. I love it. Rob says what? That the renter never has a right to completely use up, even to fulfill a contract. He never has a right to use up all the principal, okay? And therefore can only buy another object. He can't buy the object. Well, Solar still says, no, I'm afraid of time. No, a renter has a contract. The guy said, I'm giving you this property. I'm giving this property down to the last bit of leather. That's all. So spend it or rent it and goodbye, Charlie. And you see, baby, so he has the kasha. Well, let's say that's where he is. Remember, he's on the road. He's the guy on the road. He's at this moment. The way we're learning it is a
Can't go back
no,
to get it.
yeah. You're going to see.
Stuck there.
Yeah, you're going to see actually that the case is slightly changed a little later. Another case we're going to see where I can't prove this at the moment, but it seems like over here we're talking about where the renter's out on his own. As opposed, we're going to see in 2 minutes we're going to have cases where the driver is with the donkey, right? The renter and the owner are working together. But we'll see. Basically, so the Pasha issues. Yeah, this guy, what are you talking about? Okay, we know. Remember we learned Mashpata the Surah that a guy can put a lead can lateralize his field in such a way that the lender will pay a certain amount every year for the use of property, even if it's not equal. And then in the end, it'll pay off it'll pay off the loan, and then it'll go back to the field will go back to the what's great about that contract is it doesn't really make mention of the loan, so it's really the best in terms of ribbon. So it looks really good. So what happened was essentially he collateralized his field to let the lender use the fruits of the surplus piece. But at the end of let's say 3 or 5 years, it's supposed to go back to the borrower. What happened was, let's say it was a tree. Okay, the tree dried up. Okay, no longer good fruit, or it was cut down. Not going to get fruit. The Shnei Masurim, so now both the lender and the borrower are forbidden to they're forbidden to take the wood. They can't take the wood and go burn it for fire. It's no good for fruit. Why? Okay, to the so what do you do? Neither of them is allowed to do it. Okay, they can either take it. Okay, okay, because why? Because the lender can't do it because he cannot destroy the principle of the lender. The lender can't take it because remember all until the end of the contract, it really is a usage. It's subjugated to the lender. So so what do you do? So how can the lender use it in a way that's not going to destroy the principle of the borrower? You'll talk about carpet. So what they'll do is you'll take the wood, they'll sell it, and you'll buy land for it. Well, comparison. Then again, the lender will take the use of property in the land. And then what did you but he bought land, so the land is in the end is going to go back to he actually took the wood without destroying the principle because the land will still go. Yeah, because what? But I have a problem because that's very nice in theory. In theory, there's land there. But remember, in Eretz Yisrael, things don't work the way you're talking. In Eretz Yisrael, everybody who sells their land gets it back. So if the lender and the borrower, so to speak, buy a new piece of land, well, the guy they bought it from, in the end, who's going to get that piece of land? It's going to go back to the seller. Yeah, it's not going to go back to the borrower, maybe for a year or two, but it's not going to go back to the borrower. I'll give all off like Haven came out the Yovel. It's like a month. Whatever you do, whenever the Yovel comes, okay, maybe the Yovel's going to come in the middle of the time, okay, and the land's going to go back to what? It's going to go back to the seller, and it's never going to go back to you. You're right. Had Yovel been for sure after the term of the loan, then at least between the end of the term of the loan and Yovel, the borrower would have gotten his land back. So you never destroyed the principle of the borrower. At least as far as that, you got it for a while. But maybe Yovel's going to come in the middle. He's never going to get it back. And you see, even though we're trying our best
not to do it, but we do it ultimately. We do destroy the principle. So Akasha to Rav. I said, don't worry, Rav says, he says it's a special case. The Zaman lay, okay, Yeshita Shnim. He lent it for 60 years. The truth is, there's a way to sell land where Yovel does not give it back. And I'm going to explain the principle. We learned that Yovel, whenever you sell land permanently, Yovel stops it from being sold permanently. If you sell land, I sell you a piece of land. Usually, let's say no one contract. I sell you land. It used to be mine. Now it's yours. So comes Yovel and says, listen, you can't do that. In Eretz Yisrael, you cannot sell you a piece of land and it's done. Yeah, so we can't do it. If you sold it forever, Hashem says no. Hashem says no. I'm taking it back. But if I sold it for 60 years, I never sold it forever. So if I sold it for if I sold it for a set period of time and not forever, I specifically put a limitation on it. I told you for 60 years. So then Yovel doesn't stop it. Yovel doesn't take it back. Why? When does Yovel give the land back to the seller? When it was sold forever. But if it wasn't sold forever, Yovel doesn't give it back. Ironically, if you didn't sell it forever, Yovel said, "Here, I said, look, I don't want you selling the land forever. You didn't sell it forever. I'm not mixing in. So if you sold it for 60 years, I didn't sell it forever. So Hashem says, okay, so I'm not mixing in on your deal. So now he says, Rob says, you know what the case was? The case was where you sold it for 60 years. So it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen that it's going to go back to the seller. What it's going to stick with, the buyer lender, and go back to the borrower. How do we know if a guy sells the land for 60 years, it's not gonna go back at 50? Okay, Shenamikos, we said, well, all right, so Hashem said, listen, the land shouldn't be sold in perpetuity. It says, Misha ain't sham yovel mitzvah. Okay, if a guy, it has to be what? Any case where if it weren't for Yovel, it would have been for perpetually. Yesham Yovel. No, any case where it's going to be sold forever, but it's not for Yovel, so then Yovel takes it back. Yesham Yovel in Knesset, but what? But if it's not, and if it's Yovel, it's not forever. No, the whole point is what? It has to be that without Yovel, it'll be sold forever, and with Yovel, it won't be sold forever. That's the case of Yovel. If I misread it, Yotzesov, which is excluded, what? But if without Yovel, it's not sold forever. No, if without Yovel, it's not sold forever, right? So Yovel doesn't make a mistake. So you see, what's this? No problem. Why? Because it's not gonna go back. It's not gonna go back because of Yovel to the seller. He says, what are you talking about? No, and we have to think. So what was the Havamid? The Havamid is once it's that long, it's not considered that the principle was taken away. Now, the truth is the principle is going to be taken away because it's going to go back. So the first opinion held what that we just read, that once it's a long time, even though you're right, ultimately the principle is going to disappear because it was translated into land that was bought. The land's going to go back to the seller, let's say after 60. But that's enough.
That's not the buyer and seller. That's
a long enough time in a normal lifetime. You sold it for 60 years. Come on, what are you worrying about? When we were little, we didn't like school. We used to run away from school, go to the library. We used to run away from school, go to the library. In the library, they have lectures. We like the library, not the school. So the guy's lecturing there on the planets. So I forget the number. So he says, ladies and gentlemen, our sun will burn out. He says, oy vey. He says, lady, what's the matter? The sun's going to burn out in 60 million. He says, no, lady, not 60 million years, 60 billion. She says, oh, okay. What's the difference? So the answer is, in our thinking, the first way is what? 60 years, listen, 60 years, God bless you. Living 60 years, you got your principle back. That's enough for a lifetime. He said, but the Gemara says, the Gemara doesn't like that. He said, no, what are you kidding? So what? After 60 years, it's going to go back, and ultimately, you're right, it's pretty good. It's a better case, but ultimately, it's going to go back after 60 years. Okay, what's going to finally go back to the seller? The borrower's principle was ultimately translated into the land, and he doesn't have anymore. He lost his principle. So for Rob, you have to answer this way. When does Yovel occur? Yovel has to be that all the 12 tribes are in Israel, and they're in appointed they're appointed territories. They're appointed territories. And so then you go with this. You say, but as long as you have God, if you don't have the 12 tribes there, you're not in the appointed territory. So Yovel does not. Yovel does not.
First temple.
You know, but just one thing I want you to know, this is really to give it a chama. And you have to know. You may not like it, but I'm going to say it anyway. You have to remember, karka and zealous. You can't steal land. And we Jews are ultimately are interested in our relationship with God. And you're right, it's been a terrible long exile. It's been terrible. We lost our land, we lost our base of movements. It's horrible. But it's not gone. It's not gone. We're going to get it. And ultimately, the purpose of our life is the service of God. Sometimes you get it with Eretz Israel, sometimes without. We want it. Of course we want it. Understand? But you can't, don't be despondent. Every time you make a bracha, every time you do a chesed, every time you're kind to another person, every time you keep a Shabbos, every time you shecht an animal properly, you're serving God. Your life is a life. Your life is a life. It's not like your life is not a life. All of the factors of the world are just components in your life. They're just things God made up. The world is just a story that God is telling you. All your life is about eternity. All the details of your life are just things God make up to give you a chance to live and to acquire eternity. The details, you're right, some are more pleasant, some are less pleasant. I'm not stupid. You're right, some details are more pleasant, less pleasant. But ultimately, in the big picture, they're just details. They're just details. It's not more important. Here, Abba Avinu is talking to God. Is there any place you want to be except greater than that? Abba Avinu is talking to God. Comes the visitors. He says, "Oh Hashem, I know. Listen, I know I'm at the height of human existence talking to you, but could you wait a minute? I'm gonna go see to my guest. I'm gonna go take my guest. What are you talking about? Yes, because it's not the point. Here, you have the whole point is everything in this world is an opportunity, you see, for the service of God. Whatever it is, whatever it is, you're right. God should bless the Jewish people and give us every good thing, and God and protect us from every even slightest discomfort. Slightest discomfort. But there's no moment when you don't have a chance, understand, to be serving God. So it's terrible. We want our base of English back. We want Eretz Israel back. We don't want to be subjugated to the Goyim. You're right. We don't. It's horrible. And you don't get up at midnight and cry. So get up at midnight and cry. But it doesn't change one iota. You understand? In the end, the fact that I could do the right thing in every single moment. You understand? So ultimately, we have a faith in God. You're right. So we cry. Certain situations, they're hurt. They're painful. Nobody said bad is good. You have these idiots. They're so happy Hashem's making them suffer. We're not happy Hashem makes us suffer. You're an idiot. It's stupid. Nobody's we want everything to be good. You're not. What are you crazy? But ultimately, we know one thing. We know that the story is God telling. Give me the chance to get the greatest eternity. So we want it to just say, be encouraged. You're right. Right. Horrible things. I don't think anybody imagined such a horrible situation we have today. It never happened. Not my lifetime, not my parents' lifetime, not their parents' lifetime. Even though in the worst pogroms and the worst persecution in history, you never had a time since Purim that every Jew in the world was in danger. It never happened. This is horrible what's happening. There's no question about it. And the damage is horrible. It's the Pandora's box is open, the most horrible. Only God can figure this out. It's so horrible. You think it's bad? It's just starting. What happens is such a long-term damage. It's frightening. There's no doubt about it. But I'm trying to tell you, I'm not trying to get you down. I'm trying to get you up. In the end, it's just the story God's telling. The most important thing is you say your bracha, that you do your chesed, that you do your business properly, that you keep the Shabbos. You understand that you keep that's what matters. Right? We beg Hashem, please change the situation. We're begging him. But it doesn't change my ability to serve God. That's not changing. That's not changing. I don't like the facts. But if the facts don't change the fact that I'm going to keep serving God the same way. Yeah, it's horrible. Horrible. Anybody who's not sick over human suffering is not a religious Jew. You're crazy. You're crazy. Anybody who believes in God has to be sick over suffering. Not when 6 million Jews die, I agree with you. If one little girl scrapes her knee, it's a pain to a person who believes in God. God's all powerful. Why should one little kid scrape their knee? Or have discomfort for 1 second? Here, the Gemara considers if you put your in your pocket, you want a quarter, you get a nickel, that's suffering. You open a book and it doesn't open to the page you're looking for, that's suffering. You're right, I'm not all powerful. God's all powerful. Why shouldn't everything should go my way all the time, 100%? You're right. You're right. And God bless us. That's what should happen. That's what should happen. But my point is here. Of course we're pining away for our basic English and pining away for all the good times. It's horrible. It's horrible, horrible. Nobody ever conceived of despair. This is one of the most horrible times in Jewish history right now. There's no question about it. You don't need an interpreter to see it. That the whole world openly is espousing the hatred for the Jews. Everywhere. We have to beg Hashem to save us. There's a horrible time. It's a horrible, horrible time. There's no question. B'chol zot, I'm trying to say. I know, I'm doing the opposite of what I wanted to do. I want to bring you up, not to bring you down. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm not late. This is true. I'm telling you. Unless I tell you my stories are not true, they're true. Unless I tell you it's not true. There's a guy. I love the guy. I love him. His name is Bart Stern. May he rest in peace. He was in Auschwitz as a kid. He was in Auschwitz as a kid. And one time he's sitting my Shabbos day with my Shabbos Shul. He's sitting next to me. Very tall, handsome man. A very extremely kind person. Was world champion in kindness. So he's sitting next to me, Shabbos Shul. He says, I'm going to sing you a niggun that we sang by Shabbos Shul in Auschwitz. What's the story? He was a kid. He was lucky he didn't get killed. He was big enough. He didn't get killed. So he's on one side of the camp in Auschwitz, and he did something to displease the Nazi at Machshema Zifra. The guy got angry at him. Shabbos said, he says, you're going to die. And he put him and another guy, whatever they did, put him on a wagon of corpses, of dead people, to go to the other side of the camp that is going to be killed.
He said they were dead people.
He put them on a wagon of dead people. They were on a wagon of corpses.
So they were going to bury him alive.
No, whatever. They can put it together. That was the wagon they had. So he's on a wagon full of corpses with his buddy, and they're on the way to the other side to be killed. And he says to me, he's sitting next to me. He says, we had a piece of bread, he says. So we figured, we had a piece of bread. We'll make shalosh shidduchs. They're on a wagon of corpses. He says, we make shalosh shidduchs. He said, no, we had a piece of bread. We're making shalosh shidduchs. He says, and this is the niggun we sang for shalosh shidduchs. So he began to sing. And I was sitting next to him, the tears were pouring down my face. I said, I think to myself, are you insane? You're in Auschwitz on a wagon full of corpses going to be killed. You got a piece of bread. Do you sing a niggun? And he sang. He sang to me. The tears were pouring down my face. I couldn't take it. What, are you human? That's what Jews understand. We should never know from not such a thing, and not a zillionth of the tiniest fraction of it. But what you have to know is that it's never going to change. The ability to serve God never changes. The purpose of life never changes. Understand? And our ability to go to the highest place never changes. You're right. There's this qualitative. Obviously, we need to base on some misunderstanding. You understand? But as far as from the individual point of view, every life can be the highest and the greatest. We can't be discouraged by this. We can't be distracted. If these horrible things are happening, we have to be dedicated 50 times better. 50 times better. 100 times better. Torah, at the mitzvahs, and all the right things. I'll tell you one more thing, not everything. I'm going to beg and beg. I'm going to tell you one more thing. It's also the truth. So all my stories are true. Listen to this. I knew a guy from Transylvania, and he was a Marines. He was a Marines, but he survived the war, and he became observant. He was a dental surgeon, and he became an artist. But he had a buddy, like all these guys went through the war, that said, no, there's no God, it's all over. No God, no nothing. So he took this guy to the rabbi of Lubavitch. Who knows what will happen? The guy gets to the rabbi of Lubavitch. He says, listen, he's bitter, the guy. He says, listen, I don't want any answers. I heard all the answers already. I'm not interested. I don't want any answers. He says to the rabbi of Lubavitch, I have one question, that's it. He says, no, what's the question? He says, look, I just want to know, what is this war, this death? I don't want any answers. I don't want any explanations. I just want to know, what did it mean to you personally? That's all I want. I don't hear any philosophy. What did it mean to you personally? So the rabbi of Lubavitch looked at me and said, what did it mean to me personally? He says, used to be 18 million Jews. Now there's only 12, he says. What it means to me personally is that On this day, onwards, everybody got to be a Jew and a half. He says, I love it. That's interesting. We got a problem here. The answer is we got to whatever we thought we were doing Jewish wise, we got now it's time to get going. Whatever we were doing, now it's time to get now it's time to be Jewish. Now it's time to get started. Now it's time to learn the Torah. Now it's time to keep the mitzvahs. Now it's time to be kind. Now it's time to get there. Now it's time to do it. It's more than ever before. That's all I'm going to say. And end of the lecture. Let's say it's killing me. It's killing me. We want to basically we're pining away here. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So now the Gemara says like this. Talking about time, and it makes sense what we said. How can I prove to you? It really must be a case where you're not allowed to destroy the Karen, and it's a case where Yovel doesn't apply. We're not sufficiently present and properly present in Eretz Israel to have the Yovel, even if we're there. He says, "Okay, I'm stopping. It makes sense, like we just said that way. These are the I think it's the other way. It's Mancha Yovel Noeg Mechayakana, and you want to tell me what? No, it's when there is a Yovel, and the truth is you are allowed, not like Rav said, that you really are allowed to use up the principles. Okay, I really hold that, and that's why. So that's why you take the tree, the dead tree, and you buy the land, and we don't care about the fact that the land's going to go back to the seller, and that the borrower is not going to have it like Shmuel, because if that were true, or Shmuel, the way you're going to read it, like Shmuel against Rav, is okay. So why'd you bother to sell the wood? Take the wood and burn it. It's the ultimate is you want you're going to do. If you're going to destroy it anyway, so then destroy the tree to start with. We have to have a delayed process of destroying the principle. I said no. I said, you know what? Nice point, but that's not correct. He says, that doesn't prove the point. The fact that we don't even if we held that you could, the fact that we don't outright destroy the tree doesn't mean that you're allowed. That doesn't mean that you are that you're not allowed to destroy. Why? Because look, sometimes what's going to happen is the lien, the collateral, exactly. Or the years of the lien will finish, and the land's going to revert before Yovel. Or just usage, whatever. Landlord paid off for the use, right? We paid off, and they'll get it back. And therefore what? And therefore we want to buy it because he will get the land back. Inami alternative, the monthly zuzu, or also the guy will get money. And what will partly or he'll buy it, he'll pay off the loan also. He'll redeem it, 4 or 5 years before you. Okay, now we have another case. Okay, these are all similar, but they're really different. We learned that so far says, if a guy rents a ship, okay, he wants, and the whole point he's renting here. I want to load up wine, and you're going to take me to Tzipori, to Tzvein. But the ship sunk halfway there. Reb Nassan Omer, so Reb Nassan says, listen. He says, if the renter already paid everything, you can't get any money back. He's stuck. Okay, money, even if they paid the full price, the money stays in the hand of the owner. In Lonasan, okay, but if he hasn't paid yet, then he doesn't have to pay. Okay, what? So no, whoever has the money has the upper hand. What says, what are you talking about? If the owner said, listen, I'm renting you this ship, the Yeinstein, and the renter said, listen, it's to take wine, maybe this wine, maybe other wine. So the ship is specific and the cargo is non-specific. Okay, understand? If the renter paid all the money, why shouldn't he get it back? The guy said, I'm giving you the ship. He didn't give him the ship. He has to produce the ship. Namely, let him say to him, give me the ship. He told me the ship. No ship. No ship. I should get my money back. Okay? He says, because I'm bringing wine. I don't have to treat, in order to keep the contract, I have to take the wine that I took originally. I get other wine. I said wine, not this wine. So you said this ship, so you gotta produce. Okay, therefore what? So since I can always do it, okay, because I never said only for this wine, it's for any wine. And since I can still continue the contract and you can't, you gotta give my money back. Okay? You have to you have to go. In fact, you have to go out and get another ship. Or get my money back. Ella, so what's the case? Ella, Bisfina Stam. Want to tell me what? So it must be a case where the guy said, I'm renting you a ship. The Yayin's there. The guy said, well, and I'm transferring this wine and only this wine. So So then lo nasan, even if the renter hasn't paid yet, am I late? Am I late? And why doesn't he have to pay? Namely, let the owner of the ship say, "Havli ochama." Hey, wait a second. You told me. Yeah, you told me that what? That you're transferring this wine. You don't have the wine to transfer. Why am I saying this? I'll bring you a ship. Okay, you're the one who can't fulfill the contract, and I'm ready to fulfill the contract. You're not ready, so you pay. What are you doing? Okay, Amar Papa. So Amar Papa, you have to say what? Lamashaka is the right. So the only way it makes sense, whatever has the money has the upper hand. That's to be like this. Elabisfina, Zuliyan's it. That's me. He says, look, I'm renting you this ship, and it's specific. And he said, what? And I'm transporting this wine. So this coming what? So neither of them can really fulfill the contract. He can't produce the ship, and he can't produce the wine. And therefore what? So since that's the case, whoever has the money can say to him, he says, listen, I can always say, listen, it's your problem, and he can say it's your problem. Whoever's holding the money says the other guy's problem. But if each of them said what? But if each of them said, look, if everything was non-specific, and he said, listen, I'm renting a ship, and he says, well, and I'm taking wine, any wine. So nobody said anything specific, not the owner or not the transporter. Okay, chokin. So then the halacha is really what, that they have to split the money. Yeah, and they really have to split the money. It's a little question of what split, but they have to split. And therefore, what? If they only got the money, he has to give back half. We're going to read it simply. If the renter paid the money, if the renter hasn't paid the money, he has to pay half. Right? But since both of them are able to fulfill the contract, okay, this guy with a different ship and this guy with a different wine. If they don't want to do it, if they don't want to do it, okay. So then whoever has the money says, listen, yeah, okay. He says either give me back my money or do your job. If he doesn't want to do it, so then he has to give him a different. Yeah, okay, and therefore, right. They could do it. Tana Rabbanu Ilam. Asokas Asfina. If a guy rented a ship to take him, let's say again, to take him from one port to another. Parkale. Now this is a misreading, but we're going to read it this way now. And what happened was midway, the renter, okay, he took off the cargo. He loaded off. He offloaded the cargo, but halfway there. Noticing those chatzir. He starts to pay him. He pays him for the half. The way we're learning it now, which is not going to be correct, he pays him for the halfway that he went. Okay, and the owner only can complain that he lost half his money. It doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? How can that be? He lamed the call mishkat lagula. I understand. If the owner of the ship is able to find a new transporter, what's the problem? Why is he complaining? There's nothing to complain about. He got his money. What happened? If he can't find another guy to rent the ship, then why is the guy paying him for half of the trip? He has to pay for everything. Damn, he rented it. He took a ship for the whole trip. He's not going to pay. He has to pay for the whole trip, even if he offloaded in the middle. And I said, no. Nothing makes sense. No. The car mishkach lagu. It's not true. The guy offloaded. Here's what happened. The guy can't find another transporter. No, he can. He can find another transporter. So I said, then why is he complaining? He got his money. Mishum, okay, for the weakening of the ship. Because remember, the ship, the more that you load and unload, the ship gets wear and tear. So it gets weaker and weaker. It starts to come apart at the seams. Exactly. So when a guy said, look, I'm going from Tel Aviv to Tzipori. There was no Tel Aviv in Tzipori. I go from Yaffa. Yaffa to Tzipori. Yeah. So we rented. So the guy figured he had one loading and one unloading. But when the guy offloads in the middle, what happens? Now you have two loadings and two unloadings. So he has more wear and tear on the ship. He loaded and unloaded. Another guy's going to load and unload. So he doubled the loading and unloading. So therefore, I meant two loading, two unloading. But the point is what? So the answer is okay. So he says, if that's true, if the case is where the guy complains because he has a loss, honestly, I'll say he's not a complaint. He has a good monetary claim. Okay, that's damage. You can calculate in dollars and cents how much another loading and another unloading to cost. The renter has to pay him at least the money for the greater wear and tear. Right, so it also makes no sense. Even if the guy can find it, he can find it. A guy, he shouldn't have. It's not a complaint that he has. He should have what? He should have a monetary claim. Elamai, okay, it says Parker, you have to we made a mistake. You thought Parker meant to be offloaded. It really means Parker Lieutenant McGovern. It means he unloaded from another place onto the ship. Okay, what? It was in the middle of the way. He added more cargo. Okay, so he really originally what, and he really had a right. See, what the deal allowed him to keep adding as much cargo as he wants, but he's always going to pay according to the weight the more weight he puts on along the way, he'll pay more. But he never. And the real problem is what? So he's going to pay for everything he does, but he didn't let the guy know. Okay, Alamaita almost. And then why is he got a complaint? He's paying more for everything. The answer is what? Mishum Shinidaita. No, just because the guy changed his mind. Why is that? Because here, the guy's guiding the ship himself. He thought what? This trip I'm going to go and come home quickly. Okay, and now since the guy's adding more, so the ship takes longer, and he's going to have a longer journey. No, not yet, not that's afterwards. Okay, the answer is what? But he's going to have to what? He's going to have to be he's going to be at sea longer. He has a complaint. He really didn't lose his money, but he's at sea longer. He has a complaint. Inam. The other way is what? The Ashley you say, or the other place is what? And in the end, even though you're right, because by him not had he told him before, he would have realized it, because the more cargo you put on a ship, the deeper it has to be in the water. So you can't. The heavier a ship is, the farther from shore you have to keep it. You can't bring it close to shore. When a ship is lighter, you can bring it closer to shore. So the rope that you moor it with is shorter. When a ship is heavier, it has to be farther from shore, and the rope you moor it with has to be longer. So he says, "What?" He says, "Had you told me before, you're right. You were within your rights to do what you wanted. But had you let me know, I would have procured long rope cheaply before we left, and not now. Not now for more money. Right? Exactly. Okay. Tadara Bunny, we learned that.
Didn't know how much more he was being thrown about initially.
I think he did. That's the point. He had a right to put more, but he didn't tell him he was gonna. I think he did.
Rented the whole
Yeah.
boat, but he only used half the
No, but
boat.
he always had a right to add cargo, but he knew how much cargo he left with. He knew he was able to prepare himself. That's the point. He was able to prepare himself where he left. You're right. The guy had a right to add, but he should have let him know. Tanarabana, we learned that Sochas Achamor, a guy rented a donkey with it. This is with the donkey driver. Remember I mentioned that before? Here's a donkey with the donkey driver. But he rented the donkey, and what? He's gonna ride on it. So the renter, the rider, is allowed to put his garments or his pillow, according to some people. So he can put his utensils and his owners and all the food that he needs. So also there, all the way there. He's going to Tel Aviv, all the way to Tel Aviv. But let's say what he's afraid in Tel Aviv the food is too expensive. So he wants, even though he can buy food in Tel Aviv, since it's so expensive, he wants in Jerusalem to buy double the food. He wants to buy enough to go and enough to come back. Because he doesn't want to pay the more expensive price. Okay, so if he wants to buy more than the journey from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv, okay, shows it there. But if he wants to add to it, so then the owner of the donkey can stop him. That you have a right. Yeah, you have a right to carry enough food there, but I'm not responsible to let you buy food for the way back because you want to buy it cheap. Because it's too heavy for the donkey. Okay, it's too heavy. What rights does the donkey owner? He has a right. The donkey owner has a right to put the food that's going to be needed for the donkey. The barley, the barley and the straw and his own food. Okay, but he's only allowed to put supplies up for one day. That's amazing. The renter is allowed to put up supplies for the whole trip, and the owner of the donkey is allowed to put up for 1 day. And if the owner of the donkey wants to put more than 1 day, then what? It's the opposite way. Then the renter says, "Listen, I'm sorry, I don't want it to be heavy. I'm going to slow him down, right? I don't want to do it." What's going on over here? What kind of case is this? Either sheikhlim is fun. I said, if you can buy food along the way, then what? Then also, if you can buy food along the way, then the owner of the donkey should be able to stop even the renter from putting all the food on. He should have to buy every single day on the road. But if you can't buy on the road, so then what?
And the donkey driver.
Then the renter should be able to stop the donkey driver from putting food for the whole way. He'll make a mistake. Papa, don't worry. Here's the case. The case that we said was what the shliach lemitrach lemizban me'avlava. What happened was every time you get to the hotel place, every time you get to a lodging place, you can buy food. But you can only buy food if you're a smart guy. You know how to hustle. If you can hustle and get it, okay? So he says what? He says so, and the answer is what? So there really is food is available at each hotel. Chamor darke lemitrach lemizban. the chamar, pardon me, the donkey driver, he's on the road all the time. He knows, he is sharp and knows how to hustle, how to hustle and bustle. He knows where to find it. Okay, so therefore since he's always gonna be able to get it, he doesn't have to. He's not allowed to carry more on the donkey. Socher, but the renter, lavdakim with you. He's not accustomed to the ways of hustling. He doesn't know how to trouble himself and get it, and therefore he's allowed to take food for the whole way. Right, that's the norm. Right. Tanarabana, we learn another right. So if a guy rents a donkey for what? To ride on. Ish, okay, if he said a man's gonna ride, low take over the ish, the woman shouldn't go. Because heavier. Don't tell your wife this gemara. Yeah, you ride it for men? No, you ride it for men. You can't put a woman on it. They're too heavy. Women, no, but they learn. They take it down. They don't mean necessarily they're always physically heavier.
They have more stuff.
They're not good. They're not good riders. They don't adjust themselves. If you know how to ride, even on bicycles like this, by the way. You know, a bicycle. When you learn how to ride a bike, eventually, when you hit places, you lighten yourself on the bike. There's a way to stand, to shift your weight, so you actually lighten the bike. You understand? When you pump, stand, there are things the way. So the women are not accustomed. They don't know how to shift themselves on the donkey. So they ultimately are a greater burden. They're not good riders, so they're a greater burden. Don't tell your wife they're all the way to heavier. Okay, so she told me you have to make a deal with the guy. Okay, so now, yeah, you have to tell him exactly. You have to make a deal. We're talking about the normal. He said, if you rent it for a man, you can't put a woman on it. Isha, okay, but once you rent it for a woman, you can put a man on it because he presents less of a burden. The Isha, and when you rent it for a woman, then it doesn't make a difference. Ben Gedola, whether she's big, Ben Ktana, whether she's small, Fila Bears, even if she's pregnant, okay, well, I guess she's heavy, Fila Manika, and even if she is nursing. Now we're going to see in a minute. The Gemara says, what are you talking about? This is Hashta Manika Amarta. He says, Mubaris, I understand. If the nursing woman who has a baby with her, she's carrying a baby, she's physically got a baby in hand, Mubaris baby is the problem. A woman with a live baby is heavier than a pregnant woman. A woman carrying a live child. That's it. Some people be showing them the opposite. But I'm learning the way it's written. So if a nursing woman who's carrying a live child on her is allowed to go on, certainly a pregnant woman who's just maybe a little heavier, but she's not a woman plus a child. A puppy says no. He's talking. It means to say it's one thing together. A puppy, it means to say no. It's a woman who's pregnant and nursing. You understand? She's pregnant with a baby inside and a baby outside. And a baby outside. Right? It's three people. He says, and the fact here that you see what the pregnant women. And then we have to say even a pregnant woman. So you see, pregnant women are heavier. So he says, so it means word that whatever's in the belly makes people heavy, makes people heavy. So he says, Benisa, from this you learn, so the weight of the fish is in the stomach. So what's the practical implication? He says, when you got to buy fish, you want to buy fish, by the way, tell them to take the stomach out first. Take the fish out first. Take the stomach out, and then buy the fish. Okay, well, listen, we should go. Good air Shabbos. Good everything. Good Shabbos. I tell you, I don't know if you know this. I don't know about Americans are finicky. So in Eretz Yisrael, when you buy fish, the greatest part of the fish is the fish head. It's like the fish head. They'll do anything for the fish head. So I'm married. I'm American. My sister's American. They do those things. So she sends me to the shuk to buy carp, to make the filter fish. She says, "Well, look, how the head off." I two fishes in market fish. I tell the guy, I said, I don't want the head. I have to get rid of the head. So two guys are staring like, are you nuts? He says, you don't want the head? I said, no. So, can I have him? You ever shoot? Who cuts the head off? He said, here, the stomach's the one.
Driving an animal. The first time I rode a horse,
yeah,
I couldn't walk.
Yeah. You get saddles to it.
Let's fly naked. I didn't. I'll never forget it. He was singing. He was singing. He was singing. He was playing them at the